north and run! And run!
Jumping back in from where I left off. We made it to the Emerald Steps. And seeing that it's a new area, we're doing the exploration stuff all over again. And it's going fairly well so far. We found out what animancy is. It's questionable at best. They're bringing corpses back to life, presumably with other people's souls. So I don't know how ethical it is, but it is indeed being done. So, can I really say anything about it? Probably not. It's just a little weird. Who am I to judge? We're on our way to the... Ouch.
You there? You look like you know where you're going.
Can
Not
you
really.
tell me the way to Fjord's Market? That makes no sense. Their grain exports are what keep the whole region fed. Oh no. I don't believe it. This is the market, isn't it?
It is.
We've had our own dream thralls to deal with. I came here to cut a deal that'd feed Thirdborn for a month. I was meant to set up a supply line. That's not a bad idea. I'll still have to face my boss, but maybe this'll buy me time. I'll think of something. Thanks anyway.
Dang, that sucks. Oh my gosh, it's a fast travel!
What do you mean that's all you've got? Last week you said every grain.
I was here
You know
first.
what I said, but we only have so much to go around.
Are the animancers starving as well? Or are they sipping tea?
Take it up with the governor. I don't make the rules. Go home. Lay traps in the woods and play for game. I can't help you.
We know you're stashing the grain somewhere. Well, let's have it.
Ah, there's no stash. Godlike.
These people are struggling. Struggling. It's on the roof. Okay. Yeah, we're on our way to the next city. Didn't really find much, but here we are. Dang. I was here. I was literally here. Okay. Looks like it's gonna be a pretty big city.
You showed up at a bad time.
Yeah, I pretty much brought that playfair down by myself.
Did you now?
Captain Masoni
Excuse me?
said he'd never seen anything like it.
Oh, I bet. It's a nice day, isn't it?
I mean, could be better. It's a little gloomy.
Word of advice: give a wide berth to the governor's manor. Giata's about to tear that poor man a new one. Well, I hope you have a stomach for profanity.
Huh. A woman shouting profanity at leadership? Reminds me of home.
She came storming up the hill with a wheelbarrow full of spoiled crops. Then the shouting started.
Animancers fighting? This I have to see.
This isn't the first time Giata's put the governor in his place, but it might be the last. Look around. The town's overgrown, the crops are dying. What's not to fight about?
Just take a blessed day look outside. Doesn't take a genius to see this place is rolling downhill.
The governor's manor is on the far side of town. You can't miss it. Just follow the sound of foul language.
I was hoping to learn some local curses.
Looking forward to seeing what it looks like when Animancers fight.
Okay. Into the city. You better ask young man.
Ah, the Emperor's envoy. Inquisitor Ludwig said you might be heading this way. Captain Alfair of the Steel Garrote. If you're here to
Oh.
speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These
Speaking with your
Valians and
teeth.
their love of animancy.
Kite down Reza. How's the diplomacy? Diplomats, Captain.
Fair enough, envoy. Talk to the man all you'd like. When diplomacy fails, the Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adiran interests.
I think I have some idea of what you mean, Captain.
Barter for peace, prepare for war. We all have our part to play, envoy.
Your armor is cool,
Until
but
later.
what the heck?
She's as subtle as a broadside.
Does subtle mean something different outside of Sulla's?
Okay.
Genuine healing, please.
Looks like I got some side quests.
Oh, you startled me.
Finally, some older looking
This
people.
old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adiran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts, and even the dream scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead.
Huh.
Oh, sure. I can't take the blame for all of Fior's problems, but my negligence has only made things worse. The dead of Fior expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry.
Yeah? Couldn't possibly have anything to do with angry spirits. What if we carried the rituals out in your stead? I imagine Furious problems have kept you busy to complete the rituals.
Exactly the case. With everything happening and my own advanced age, I have had trouble keeping up. Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the cycle.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone. They bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
Oof, man, I need to start leveling up my stuff. You really believe the dead are mad because they didn't have their last meal?
Of course. I follow a Valian tradition that teaches that the journey back to the cycle is a long and perilous one. Bareth appears as the usher to guide souls into the next life, but those who lose their way risk the ire of the Pallid Knight. We offer food to the recently dead to still their minds and give them something to offer should the Knight demand her toll.
Okay. It seems that having a meal would be the last thing the dead have to worry about. Somehow you think the hungry dead are causing the dream storm?
Causing it? Maybe not. But their anguish beckons to it, calls it to them, and unleashes it on the living nearby. The dead's anger is like a spiritual earthquake, driving all things out of balance. This simple sacrifice brings them peace.
Interesting.
You must take these offerings of food and place them at 3 grave sites where the recently dead lay. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast. The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp, far to the west from here. The final offering should be taken to the truffle farm east of Fjord, where a family lost their lives to the encroaching wilds. That is the least of my worries. But yes, bringing closure to the recent dead will finally allow me a good night's sleep. I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
There's a whole grenade in here. Whoa! Oh, they got like a musical instrument in their bedroom. These people are rich. Or wealthier, at least. Oh.
Oh, those poor souls. Those Delimdan. They're not evil.
Damn.
It's just in their nature to push back against the expansion of civilization. Still, survival of the fittest.
Giata's causing trouble in Gavino's mansion again.
You must.
There actually was something up here. That's ridiculous. Okay. Is that electricity? Oh yeah, it must be electricity. somebody downstairs.
I had one job. One job. I didn't do that.
Por you drink good
Can anything be done?
The guy thinks I ought to give
No,
up
thank you.
farming. Leave Emerald stare.
And the
Look out for her, Fidelio. How hard could that have been? If I could help myself, do you think I'd be in here? I don't mean that. I have a lot on my plate.
Where's the rest of your squad? Shouldn't you be out on patrol?
My two youngest rangers were supposed to report back from their rounds. I assumed they'd turn up. But it's been 3 days now. They're still not here.
Uh-oh.
Praise Ilia. Their names are Belena and Adalaro. I doubt they'll be apart. They were good rangers once. But since they've caught each other's eye, all they do is sneak off to...
I see. Drip the pen ink.
I wouldn't have put it that way, but all right.
Well, there's worse places to make the four-legged beast. I promise you that.
New recruits running off with each other? Oh man, this brings me back. Anyway, I never thought I had any cause for concern. They always found their way back eventually, but they haven't this time. They're out there, all alone, and they could be in danger, and
And they're rangers?
The last time I saw them, I sent them to patrol the northern riverbed. If you go that way, please, keep an eye out for them. I'm losing my mind in here.
Two young Nimdutin wandering out by a river. Consider them...
Belena and Adalaro.
Maybe we don't look too soon. Give them a while. You know what I mean?
It's been 3 days.
Ado, welcome to my establishment, I mean.
Essence of War. I found some highliest talent. That's good, I need that.
Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
Oh.
Is that Gelarde? This is star metal. Very rare stuff. Where did you get this? Nay, don't tell me. I'd be tempted to go looking for some more, and that would certainly not end well. Star metal is exceptionally dense. It weighs much more than one would think from its size. More fascinating, however, is that this metal is suffused with dormant essence. This makes it naturally susceptible to enchantment.
Okay.
No. Unfortunately, I don't know how to work the metal into anything useful. Only enchant it. I did receive a shipment from Sola's Keep recently, however. A mace crafted out of star metal, brought to me by a trader from Galawain's Tusks. I suggest you make your way there if you're looking for someone to work that beautiful metal into a proper weapon.
Galawain's tusks? Come on, it can't be that complicated. I bet you 5 skates a Smith and Thirdborn would know what to do with this stuff. And I'll take your money eventually.
Is there anything else I can help you with, amigo?
Sure. Let's see what I got to sell. Dang. I have so many things. Heavy armor. Of course it's heavy armor. Okay, and these are all exceptional. Dang, 8,000. It's unique. A unique mace. Okay.
Found the machine.
This looks important. I'll come back.
Careful! We'll get thrown out of the car.
Spirits are truly wonderful. Powerful, self-aware, reach within.
Would you care for a refreshment?
Indeed. The spirits have access to lifetimes of knowledge.
There's literally so much stuff here. You could definitely feed the people outside. You guys are absolutely nuts.
Can I interest you in some bladeberries or better spells, perhaps?
You have a big bed. North, hoping no, you'll never see it. Speak to the governor. Okay, let's go do it.
What else to get?
Jota, what's the meaning of this?
Look at these crops. Look at your city. The Dream Scourge is laying waste to our home.
There is no Dream Scourge in Emerald Stair.
The land begs to differ, and I can prove it.
We can discuss this in private.
We are discussing it now. How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us.
Some people just don't want to admit it.
Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike?
Yes. Buster. Plurstovich, at your service.
Charmed. Forgive me for staring. It's just, we don't see many of your kind anymore.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Seems more likely you'll have to punch some sense into him.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion. Very well. I hope you remember that behind these walls, your influence has limits.
I'm sure he didn't come all this way just to challenge your authority. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Yeah.
Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now, our farms. Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
We definitely agree on that.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
Yeah, it's a little weird. What would it take for you to fix this? Maybe he's just being cautious.
As usual, Giatta never misses a chance to slander me. I don't ignore her concerns, only her methods.
And you still do nothing. Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Once again, bureaucracy stands in the way of getting things done.
I'm just trying to stop Giatta from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark.
She's the one taking all the risks here.
You must be unfamiliar with animancy. There's always collateral damage. Are you going to tell him about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't
You
let
get
it happen
Edward
again.
Elric?
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
Someone got Edward Elric. That's not good. We work together. Okay, maybe we can solve the distraction line. That's cooler. I share the government's doubts, but you're right. We can't. What was your family? What was that about your family's basement?
It's nothing. Our governor is backed into a corner and lashing out. I almost respect him for it. Buy me a drink sometime, and I'll tell you all about my family's basement.
Yeah.
I thought you'd never ask. Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Giatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
Whoa, you're banishing her for that?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
It's a little far.
Perhaps. But I can't just let her continue to poison the minds of my animancers.
They aren't your animancers. Your father understood that.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messiverno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west, by the workshop.
Another mouthful to feed. Maybe we'll need to let Kai hunt more after all.
That was a little... a little nuts. I'm so confused at how that, or why that happened.
By tradition, the governor's manor is open to the public.
Oh man, I got a unique chest plate. This is nuts. You literally banish somebody for practically nothing. Practically. I'm not gonna say it was nothing, but they're trying to come up with solutions and you're not offering any help at all. Why? Are you too afraid to admit that you did wrong?
I'm sorry you had to witness that spectacle. Giatta is a spirited animancer, but she can be intolerable at times. Whatever you may think of us, I welcome you to Fiorme Siverno.
You really don't believe there's a crisis? This crisis is as bad as it looks?
I believe the nature of the living lands is unpredictable, and animancy is our best chance at getting it under control. But what Giatta wishes to do is more dangerous by far than what she's trying to solve. Quilici wants us panicking over what he can't even prove. If there's a threat to Emerald Stair, it's that old man and his fear-mongering. Don't waste your time on him.
Do you mind if I, why are you so afraid of him? Yeah.
He was loyal to my father, but never to me. And he knows how to rally others to his side.
This Nimdude wouldn't see a Balrog coming if it did a little dance right in front of him.
Balrog.
If there's nothing more, I have a city to run.
Okay, if you say so.
Is this the governor's mother? Must be shame.
Okay. Well, before I leave the city, I'm gonna end it here. So, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider following. If you want to see more, go to my YouTube channel, Spirited Zombie, where you do the rest of this and anything else you want. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.